What's even more impressive than the quick web-style reload of the simulator is the debugging abilities. We've already launched a Chrome instance for debugging earlier, so we open that again. This time we launch the debug tools using the shortcut Command-Alt-J. We find the index file we edited in our text editor. Let's put a breakpoint here where we set up the style. Back in our app, we press Command and R. It hits our breakpoint. You might have noticed that this file contains JSX and not the compiled JavaScript, which is pretty cool. This means that you get to debug the same files that you code in, although what gets executed in the app looks extremely different to this. This is because the React Native team managed to get the source maps working, allowing the code that executes to map onto the files that you are aware of. So we can set and hit breakpoints, but what more can we do? We set a breakpoint here in the render function. Then we go back to our editor and add some code in here which we'll play around with inside of our debug tools. In the render function, we create a new variable called message and give it a value of hello there. We'll touch on the render function later on in this course, so don't worry about the details too much for now. We remove this string over here and output the message variable instead. With JSX, if you want to output a variable, you use single curly braces to wrap the variable name. We save that out and reload our app using Command R. We hit another breakpoint first, which is expected because the setup code will execute before the render function is called. Let's resume this. Okay, so now it's hit our breakpoint in the render function. Resume that, and you can see that our view is showing this new message. Let's do something with the debugger in the render function. In the console, we can reassign this message variable to something different. Let's say, hi there. And when we resume, you can see that it rendered the updated message, which we set through the console. If you come from a web development background like I do, I'm sure you'll agree that this is a nice flow for developing iOS apps.